But if you can keep your speed up and grind when it's hard, okay, grind when it's hard, not when it's easy, you're going to find yourself getting momentum, and it's actually easier to make it in that uphill climb. Now, a lot of people have heard me refer to like rainmakers and grinders and say not to be a grinder. Okay. You want to be a rainmaker, right? But the thing is, not all advice is created equally. Okay. So what I mean by that is sometimes like you got to be careful with the advice you're hearing, because I might be saying something today that maybe doesn't apply to you today. Maybe it applies to you 30 days from now, or a year from now, right? So just be careful, because yeah, there are times where you got to grind. Okay, especially as an entrepreneur, like there's no book that shows you exactly what to do, and everything's easy. There's a time to grind, and I suggest you grind when it's hard. The third thing is lots of shifting. Okay. The rookies, they just stay in one gear. Okay. And then what you find is if you're in one gear, which is usually an easier gear, okay, you again you'll miss out on some of that momentum, because if you go to just at one harder gear, you can go faster uphill, and it actually is easier, even though you're in the harder gear, right? And same thing with when you're going downhill. Like if you just stay in that gear, you're pedaling so fast and you can't gain more speed. So don't stay in one gear. Number four, don't look down. Okay. There's some steep cliffs in Utah. You do not want to look down. And in business, you don't want to look down. Okay. Stop asking questions to people behind you. Okay. You know, a lot of people are asking questions to people behind them, and they're getting advice, and it's causing them to fall off track. They're looking down, they're losing focus. They're losing the trajectory that they were intended to be on. Number five, I think we're on number five, is there's many options to ride on a single track trail. So even though it's a single track trail, it's only, I don't know, 12 to 18 inches wide, 2 feet wide, whatever it is. You think it's single track, like just go down the middle, but that's not true. Sometimes you want to be to the left, sometimes you want to be to the right. There's a lot of different options, and you don't want to necessarily stay in the middle, because that's the safest, right? But sometimes it's easier to go to the left. Sometimes it's easier to go to the right, and sometimes the easier route is closer to the edge. Okay, so you got to be willing to take risks. Um, the easier route might be closer to the cliff, but you'll find yourself having more energy later on because you took that easier route and you took a risk getting closer to the edge. I don't even know what number we're on. Maybe this is 10 things. Maybe it's eight things.